Another memory of seeing the aliens that I have come to know as Greys was during a visit to our fraternal grandparents who lived in Humble, Texas. I would have been about 4 years old. A father and his daughter had just moved in 2 houses down. My grandmother excitedly told me how this girl had a dollhouse and could get inside it. My imagination had me intrigued. That day, my grandmother had been invited to visit them. She held my hand, and together we walked the short distance. The girl and her father came out to greet us. The adults went inside, and the girl happily led me to her backyard and presented her dollhouse. She promptly got in and out with ease. I squeezed in, struggled to pull my knees inside, and succeeded in trapping myself good and tight. I declared my stuckness, and the little girl's eyes grew wide. She swung around with her hair swinging after as she dashed to alert the adults. My situation was now being surveyed in earnest, but nobody knew what to do. The father decided that if he could find a saw, he could cut me out. He went back into the house, and after a moment, his perky daughter followed. My lone grandmother now stood guard, anxiously awaiting the outcome of my predicament. Suddenly, a gray being popped onto the scene. Grandma was frozen, as people are when these beings appear. His telepathic thoughts were that I was not in imminent danger of my life, and therefore did not warrant his intervention. He was going to leave. Picking up on this, I pleaded back with the thought, "No, don't leave. The man is going to get a saw, and he might cut me, trying to get me out." The gray surveyed the man's thoughts inside the house, and through the gray, I picked up on what he was thinking. The man didn't know what to do, as he paced his house glancing around. In an attempt to convince the gray that he should get me out, I created a picture in my mind of a saw savagely cutting into my bloodied shoulder. My tactic worked because the being cringed. I don't know how the being did it, but when my grandmother came to, I was standing before her. She said, "How did you get out?" I said, "I don't know. Just the next thing. I was out." At that moment, the man and his daughter came back around the house and were relieved to find me free. As we were leaving, the man offered my grandmother to come back in and continue their visit, but she was eager to leave. As we walked, Grandma leaned over and confided in me with hushed tones. "There's something very strange about that man." "What?" I asked. "I don't know, but something very strange just happened, and I am never going to come down here again." And looking down at me, she added, "And neither are you." For a brief moment, with my hand inside my grandmother's hand, I felt mature, with the reasoning and mental capacity of a full-grown adult. My mind had transcended the present moment in time, and I was more than just a 4-year-old girl. I experienced a level of intelligence that was beyond my present life. I sensed that who I was as a total being had existed long before this life. My surroundings and all my senses testified to a comforting familiarity of having been here before. This existence, this world, was inviting, and it was much to my desire to be here. Like a fish placed in an aquarium from an existence larger and outside itself, this place was appealing to me. As one setting out on an anticipated journey, I felt a sense of excitement and purpose, but knew also that I would face hardships and regrets. But despite the negative, there was much to accomplish, and it was for the gains to be made that I eagerly welcomed the challenges ahead. As my grandmother and I continued down the road with my hand still in hers, my expansion of mind closed in, and I was once more just a 4-year-old girl.